Your network is your net worth.
We're just getting really busy in the Philly real estate industry right now. Been at it 14 years, and I feel like we're just getting warmed up. Bigger and better things to come.
Wolf of Broad Street, LLC, all of the events. You're really giving a platform where people can ultimately connect, cultivate relationships.
It's a crazy adventure, and it's not all business. It's life, too.
How are the events getting bigger and bigger?
Like, more people are going to hear about the event and see about the event than can actually attend the event.
The people that are coming are knowing that they're going to get like this media coverage.
There's going to be red carpet, step and repeat banners, high quality professional content coming out of this event. I just want to be able to have that there forever. These are high quality, from scratch videos. Beth does most of the videography. We just dropped Bangkok Part 1. Next up is
Hanoi,
the capital of Vietnam, Hanoi. It comes down to the content, not the pretty stuff.
Yeah, the real organic.
That content that is actually going to stick more.
In the ideal world, that would fund that lifestyle and 10x that lifestyle, and pour fuel on the fire of that whole catapult you into bigger and better things, especially when it comes to the travel stuff. We knew roughly what city and country we're working hard, traveling hard, documenting it all. Your sphere is only going to get you so far. It's the strangers, it's like the people across the country, across the globe that are going to eventually catch on. We understand our clients' objectives and what they're trying to accomplish. If we can't deliver on that, we're not going to take on the client. We've been doing this a very long time, and
We're here to give our expertise. We're events people. We're good at it.
outline all the amenities that a sponsor could expect to get out of the event. Under promise and over deliver on that.
And how many events do you think you guys do in a year?
Like, even just yesterday, Beth sat me down and said, Josh, you need to chill. Don't think about what needs to be done right now.
Having less clients and doing bigger events.
We're working hard, so we don't have to always work hard. You know what I mean? Being mindful of where you're spending your time and your energy, and just being able to prioritize things and not get sidetracked, and identify things that are going in the same direction as you are, and shying away from or deading anything that's putting you sideways or backwards.
Not everybody wants to see you succeed. There's way more snakes in that grass.
But always do the right thing. Just
Yes.
you could consciously make bad decisions, or maybe subliminally make bad decisions. But if you think about the decisions you're making and you do the right thing, good things will come back. You got your freedom, you got your health, you got your businesses, you got your network and your friends and your family. Just putting things into perspective and appreciating every little thing that we have now that we didn't have before.
Right.
It's important to have gratitude, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Entrepreneurs have elected to do things their way, get it their way.
It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to have a mentor, to look up to people, to want to know more about how they got there.
There's not a lot of people that's in your guys' position sharing their story.
People like to buy, but they don't like to be sold. So build it, package it up.
And this is just who we are, so it'll never change us.
What's going on, everybody? Man, I'm super excited today. Your network is your net worth, and we got the Wolf and his queen in the building.
Like what you did with the place.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Josh, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and Beth, and let this show be on the road.
Pleasure, man. It's Josh Buchter, a.k.a. the Wolf of Broad Street, here with my partner, Bethany Williams.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
We run Wolf of Broad Street Real Estate Events, LLC, and we're just getting really busy in the Philly real estate industry right now. Been at it 14 years, and I feel like we're just getting warmed up. Bigger and better things to come. Just wrapped up the Philadelphia Real Estate Symposium 2024. Thank you so much for being our media sponsor.
And another one. We started off the year with the Royal Rendezvous.
Shout out Danny Diamond's Wreckin' Royal Nightclub. Always
Thank you for gracing the studio, coming through, showing some love. But this is really about y'all and what you guys are doing with the Wolf of Broad Street, LLC, all of the events. You're really giving a platform where people can ultimately connect, cultivate relationships, and at the end of the day, make money with each other.
That's right. And we've been doing these events since 2016. Started with very humble beginnings at the Bridge, Philly, 100 Spring Garden Street in the Delilah's Plaza. Okay, it's now my dry cleaners. A lot has changed, including our business. But started out just real estate industry happy hours, sponsored events. I started these out as free events. steakhouses and cigar lounges and all the above. We know how to throw a party. We know how to get people out, networking, having a good time, enjoying themselves, but we're stepping it up to a more educational component of our business as well.
You guys are always putting together these experiences. And you don't just go out there and throw an event, but you do it back to back. Like they're all bangers.
Yeah, we put much love into our events, especially when we're planning them.
It's the details, like all the details add up to the full picture. So every like little detail counts. This is an experimental business. It's a learning business. So always trying to fine tune and elevate.
You guys have been building up this platform. You guys just got so much going on, but Wolford Broad Street expansion. When Wolford Broad Street expands, that means all the other things expand too. I'm excited, man. It's been 3 full years of me being in real estate and entrepreneurship and really creating more serious content.
But content is 50% of our business, you know what I mean? So we're in the same business and we understand that content is a necessary product and piece of the whole business model. So we want to stay around people that are getting busy on social media, getting busy with videography and YouTube. And Beth and I just started our travel channel, Beth Buck Travel, on YouTube, and we dropped our first video.
Go follow and subscribe, please.
You know, get used to it. We got 7 more videos coming from our 50-day adventure in Southeast Asia. We just dropped Bangkok Part 1. Next up is the capital of Vietnam, Hanoi. So it's just a crazy adventure, and it's not all business. It's life, too.
Yeah.
I think we're pushing like 30 views on this video right now. Get in there first. You see it first.
YouTube is like, it's the same way with what you guys are saying, like in business. It's the same way on YouTube.
I expect it. I'm ready for it because I know it's an uphill battle with YouTube, but we've seen others do it, and it's not rocket science.
For this, though.
Yeah. You ain't got to tell me 3 times.
We subscribe back.
I just really feel like, too, like YouTube is another place where you could build community. We just wanted to shout you out real quick.
Beth Buck Travel.
I'll link it below. Go subscribe. All right?
A lot of people don't know I grew up with that nickname Buck, last name Buckter. A lot of my friends call
both B's.
Beth and Buck, 4 letters beginning with B, just has a good ring to it.
Go check out the YouTube channel. Yeah, bro. Tell me more about the content machine in a whole, because like events are a part of it and it all has its place, right? But tell me a little bit more about how are the events getting bigger and bigger?
Yeah, like more people are going to hear about the event and see about the event than can actually attend the event. I don't think we've hosted an event that was larger than maybe 300 people or so. This year, we're going to be hitting 350 numbers, 400 numbers in different venues. But not everybody can make it to the event, or not everybody's available that night. So we want to have as much media coverage before, during, and after the event as possible.
Yep.
Multiple photographers, multiple videographers.
I think it's important, too, to include a recap
videos and events, you know what I mean? So that's our business, is putting together these events and executing them officially. So the media that goes along with each event is super critical to continuing to do this.
The people that are coming are knowing that they're going to get like this media coverage, and we got the revamp your image coming up, like helping people show up on social media. And I think even with my business, it always revolves back to content, social media.
True.
You know what I mean? And you guys have dug into that.
They're going to get tagged. There's going to be red carpet, step and repeat banners, high quality professional content coming out of this event. Shout out Brian Sanders Photography comes through for us with all of our event photography. Shout out Celebrating the Bounce Back, Ani D for coming through with the 360 photo booth, dropping hundreds of viral clips right on the spot of the event, airdropping them to Bluetoothing them to the attendees who are automatically sharing it and basically doing half the battle for us.
Yeah.
So it's a big part of it. Got some great videographers, Storygroup.tv, DK Media, Perspectives Media, Just Bless Media.
It's good to see the people in the media space like come together.
We're
and that's
content creators. Got to hang out with the.
But you guys get it. You guys get it with content.
You got to build the content first. You got to build the event. You got to build the experience. You got to build the speaker lineup. You got to build the whole flow of the event. That's the content. That's people are going there for that content so that they can live it and post about it and create that other type of content that was equally as important. So everything's content. The symposium was an educational event. Keynote speaker Jeff Hornstein with the Economy League of Philadelphia broke down the greater Philadelphia housing market and all the trends, and a lot of interesting, relevant information for the 250 guests that showed up. And that was just followed by this crazy panel of speakers, including Mike McCann and Rachel Street and Super Dave Hudson, Joe Bograd, Lita Bonner, and one of our clients who we represent, national public speaker Scott Einbinder. We're doing a lot with Scott and the Scott Einbinder effect, which we're super excited about. Again, content.
Me and Cynthia started creating content together, and that's just so cool because why aren't we, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And like to see how your relationship is, like you guys, you use your time together as an experience, and you create content around that. And
document it. I don't care if anybody watches our travel YouTube channel. Matter of fact, I just want to be able to have that there forever. These are high quality, from scratch videos. Beth does most of the videography. I do most of the editing. She does most of the voiceover. I do some ad-libs on the voiceover.
We do the
We're
script.
just trying to find our format that works for us and just stay consistent with it. Because I'm looking at YouTube, Outdoor Boys, shout out that page. They get 16 million views in an hour. But it's no high quality editing. There's no AI. There's no captions even. There's nothing. It's just like living life outdoors and survival and family and everything like that. It comes down to the content, not the pretty stuff. You know?
Yeah, the real organic content.
Are you guys using AI?
Starting to dabble with it.
We're looking into it. We don't use it necessarily.
Some of our production partners are heavy with the AI stuff, and we love to see it. And we're starting to see it more in our apps like Canva and stuff like that, starting to dabble with it.
Have you heard of the text to video?
Elaborate on that.
So the text to video is basically like OpenAI, the same people that created ChatGPT, right? Mm-hmm. They created a similar version, but for video. And supposedly it's out. And then, of course, like it's not out completely. It took a while, but ChatGPT eventually became even the best versions, the free version. Mm-hmm. So it just makes accessibility a lot easier. But anyways, that same company created this text to video. So instead of giving like ChatGPT a prompt, you're giving it a prompt that's producing a full video.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's wild.
Wow.
I just don't trust it yet. It's probably got a lot of kinks to work out. I know like a lot of people are going to probably try it before I do. I usually just like to wait until it's official and like it, I don't know. Like, cause even ChatGPT, I could tell if somebody's using ChatGPT in their post on social media. There's a lot of like commonality words and emojis and formats, and I could see right through it.
It's easy to point out the videos that also have AI in them too.
And that's another thing that I want to ask you, because like before we started, we was talking a little bit like about Instagram, Facebook, like your guys' strategy overall. But those platforms, right, and the content you're putting out, do you want it super personable? Because the AI makes it stand out and it almost makes it seem fake, is right? Like, do you find that?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be all shiny and new. I feel like some behind the scenes stuff, or some even recap videos that are showing like where we're actually at and what the vibe is. Let's hear some background music. Let's hear what's going on there. Let's make it feel like we're like right there.
We're not
you know
looking
what I mean?
for that.
Yeah. From the old school,
it doesn't really
man.
fit us. I feel like it doesn't fit our brand and what we do. You know?
Like that content that is actually going to stick more. That's super relatable. People are interested in it.
I mean, in the ideal world, that would fund that lifestyle and 10x that lifestyle, and pour fuel on the fire of that whole experience, just to catapult you into bigger and better things, especially when it comes to the travel stuff.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about your travel experience, right? Because you guys just got back.
The New Year 2024 in Bangkok, but we missed New Year's, we missed Christmas, we missed Thanksgiving. So we were gone for 50 days.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we had the itinerary lined up, and we kind of just left some room to be flexible with it, which was cool. We knew roughly what city and country we were going to be in.
We had a whole spreadsheet pretty much lined up.
Big spreadsheet guy. Yeah, but we went from Bangkok to the capital of Vietnam, Hanoi, to where King Kong resides, Tam Kok, Vietnam, all the way down to Ha Long Bay and North Thailand.
Chiang Mai.
Koh Phangan, Koh
Koh
Samui.
Samui.
So we had a lot of stops. We didn't stay anywhere more than a week, probably.
We did Vietnam. We were 2 weeks
2 weeks in
there.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yep.
I kept thinking after a week or two, I'm like, yeah, Josh should be back, right? Josh is gonna be back. I'm like, a week later, yeah, Josh
I think
probably
a lot of
back.
people were thinking that too. Like, you aren't back yet.
A lot of people probably thought we had a return ticket, but we didn't know when we were coming back.
Yeah, we bought one-way ticket.
We bought
Each way.
we did buy one-way tickets both ways, but we were able to stick to the itinerary, and I think it worked out pretty well.
It did work out pretty well.
It was a trip. It was a journey. It wasn't a vacation. We weren't on
We were
vacation
working.
for 50 days. We were working hard, traveling hard, documenting it all.
Yeah.
Just crazy travels.
Got
Like,
our creative juices flowing again. You know, sometimes you need to just go somewhere else and recharge your batteries, and that's exactly what we did. And we came back with a fire.
Yeah.
The Royal was the perfect way for us to come back.
You're definitely right about that. Putting it out there is most important, and sometimes you got to deal with the low views. You got to deal with not everybody knowing. And like even me, I've had trouble on introducing my personal page, you know, to people because I'm, you know, it's just like it's my interest. I don't want to force feed you, but it's like, no, people actually like that more
Yeah.
and they'll support it. It's like what I found out, like not when I tell somebody I have a YouTube channel, most likely they're like, oh, I'll subscribe right now and comment. So it's like you guys are putting it out there like you guys want to share it with the world.
we learned a lot from our recent work with Scott Einbinder and the Scott Einbinder effect about prospecting for business or followers or listings if you're a real estate agent outside your sphere of influence. And I think it's the same thing with YouTube or social media. Your sphere is only going to get you so far. It's the strangers, it's like the people across the country, across the globe that are going to eventually catch on and blow it up.
That's so true, Josh. That
it's
is
very-
so true.
You know, it's math, man.
That yeah, and this is a global reach with content. Like
Talk about AI. I could sit here and run this sentence in video through AI and have it spit it out in Spanish or spit it out in Thai, and it looks like I'm saying it. I've seen that done, which I like that. That's
I got a friend who she sent me her YouTube video, and I liked it. I was like, dope video, and she was like, yeah, I made it with AI. I was like, no, that was you.
right.
Like that's not AI. Like that was you. Like because people would say that as, oh, I made it with AI, but it's no. This was like her though. I'm like, whoa, mimicked her. I'm like, that is crazy. Yeah, it's nuts out here. It's nuts out here. You can have a whole to that defense. It's like you can have a whole YouTube channel without even ever being seen either, depending on the style of your videos. But I like that that voiceover, like Beth. You know that joint was that joint. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put that on right now because that was hot. We gonna shout you out for bro.
Welcome to Beth and Buck Travel. This is our first YouTube vlog. Join us for Bangkok Part 1. Let's dive in.
Let's go.
Buck and I are going to be traveling to Southeast Asia for 50 days. We each started with one carry-on and one check bag pictured here. And pictured here, you'll notice our check bags didn't make it to our destination.
Damn.
But we'll get back to that. We started our journey at New York JFK for the first leg of our flights, which was to Qatar. That flight was followed by a flight to Malaysia. It was in Malaysia on a very tightly timed layover where we were informed that our luggage was lost and we missed our connecting flight to Bangkok. We had
Just here
about
for the
12
answer.
hours to kill before the next flight out, so we found this private Sky Suite lounge
Y'all
that
lit,
only
man.
cost us about 27 USD.
We made
We had
the best of it.
24/7
We
access,
missed our
Wi-Fi,
connecting
food,
flight in
massage
Malaysia.
lounge, and of
We
lost our
course,
luggage.
Buck's favorite.
Y'all
beer
lost you.
bar.
That sounds like a movie.
Yeah, no,
Stop.
seriously.
But you were going that long? You got it back though?
So we got it back a
Full
couple days
advantage
later.
of
You'll
the
see
cargo
it later
trays.
on in the
We
video
so
when y'all check it
desperately
out.
needed it after all
This was a
those
lounge in
long
Malaysia,
hours
12
of
hours in a
travel.
lounge. Cost us 27 bucks.
12 hours later, our batteries were fully charged and we were ready to continue the amazing race to Bangkok. It was only about 2 hours. We hopped off the flight, grabbed some baht, and were ready to
Yo,
shop. for
shout
some
out
clothes
to
since we
y'all,
still hadn't
man.
received our luggage yet. We knew there would be no shortage of shopping mall options.
Pieced it together.
Like
Tell the
this
story.
one here.
It's all on our
But
iPhones.
before that, we checked into our hotel, the Charlie House Pink
And I
Lab.
was taking content, just
This
everything
gorgeous
that we
hidden
did,
gem
just
off the beaten path was
everything.
just what we needed. This is our second time staying in Bangkok, and we call this video part 1 because we will be ending our 50-day trip. With
Listen,
6
y'all
days in
gotta
Bangkok.
subscribe for the rest, man. Y'all gotta subscribe for the rest at Beth Buck Travel.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
But that's super inspiring, bro. Tell us a little bit about like you guys working together as far as like you are, you know, like I've just been working with Cynthia as a partner now, and it's a different. It's definitely not the same. Go check that out, y'all. But it's definitely like it's not easy because it's like, why would you want to work with your spouse or your significant other or the person you're with the most, right? So it's, but actually, there's a level of trust and collaboration, and it makes your life not boring together, right? Who would want to?
Sometimes we like boring. We crave boring sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not something that was forced. This was a decision for us to work together. When Josh and I first met, I wasn't working with him in the magazine. I was doing my own thing, and then we agree a lot.
Well, Beth has multiple degrees from Westchester University in communication, and she's super smart. You know what I mean? So,
Jeez, man. Shout out to Beth, my content creating sister.
and media, right?
Yeah, media too.
Yeah, Beth got media experience. Look at her. She's a genius with that stuff. You guys not only provide awesome experiences like to the people that come, like they really feel like a valued guest. They feel like somebody important. You guys are building a community of successful people. You're the king of networking, bro. When you change the type of people you're around, it changes the game.
Yes.
And the clientele too. We are like focused on corporate event strategy. We have different packages and service offerings and experience now with big banks, $1 trillion banks. And you know, we have a few in the pipeline that it's plan, promote, execute. We understand our clients' objectives and what they're trying to accomplish. If we can't deliver on that, we're not going to take on the client. We've been doing this a very long time, and
We're here to give our expertise. We're events people. We're good at it.
yeah, and it's real estate events. It's just like a very niche type of thing, and we're just.
What would you say to somebody that's trying to throw an event? You have a way of monetizing through sponsorships. Can you tell us a little bit about how to get your event sponsored?
I mean, in the beginning, you're going to want to have a plan, you know, have a sponsorship deck, outline all the amenities that a sponsor could expect to get out of the event, under promise and over deliver on that, make it a very reasonable sponsorship. It's not a cost, it's an investment.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even if it's $150 or $250, deliver on what you're promising your sponsor, whether it be a welcome board or a logo on your step and repeat banner,
Mic
time on the microphone.
It can vary, right?
Exactly. Obviously, a social media shout out, a custom graphic design with your logo on the event registration page. Little things, they add up, and it's all about building brand awareness, and you're not guaranteeing a certain amount of business is going to come out of this sponsorship or anything crazy like that. You're just connecting the dots.
I think it's when we do exclusive sponsorship too, some companies are looking just to exclusively be that title sponsor, that mortgage sponsor. We do take a lot of...
And you should get more money for an exclusive spot to your events.
We're trying to sell the best experience for our sponsors. So we do think about a lot, all that goes into it. We take a lot of thought into that. And prospecting, we know who to prospect. We take our chances, and
yeah, every event's different too.
Yeah.
So.
And how many events do you think you guys do in a year?
I would say about a dozen of our own events, and then we're taking on client events and gigs and things like that. But we have events going every single month. If it's not ours, it's one of our clients.
for partners, yep.
So how can and what type of people do you want to partner with, right? So it's, I know you guys work with a variety of different people. Do you charge for someone to host an event, or are they already a client? Are you using events as a part of your client's strategy?
Yeah, we're not looking to partner with everyone. You know, we just need that right amount. Less is more sometimes. And for us in this case, I think us having less clients with the Wolf of Broad Street and doing bigger events is something we're more interested in doing right now.
Yeah, and it's the clients that are looking to build realtor relationships or build brand awareness within the Philly real estate industry.
Golly. Y'all, the gatekeepers in real estate. You're not in real estate without, at some point, needing to come across Josh for something.
Your real estate transaction, or fixing the roof on your house, or HVAC, or credit repair, or anything.
You need to connect with someone. Josh is definitely your guy.
But it all goes into the real estate game too. If we have 100 preferred partners, we have our wolf pack of 100 partners, and there's benefits that go along with that, not just limited to the events.
Like being around her all day? How is it with the dynamic? Because with me and Cynthia, we like being with each other, but sometimes it could get like a little complicated. Let's just say that. Is it ever like that with you guys?
You want to go first? You want to go first?
I love being around Beth, and when we say we traveled for 50 days, we traveled for 50 days. I don't think we were ever like really separated. There was one scary moment where we did separate for.
We'll tell that story another time.
What?
It was an accident. But yeah, she'll go to Atlanta for the weekend to celebrate her grandma's birthday, or go to see her mom in Maryland, and I'll miss her and everything like that. Mm-hmm. But it's good, I guess, we have some time apart.
I think our work dynamic is unique somehow, because everyone knows what Josh and I do, and just besides being events people, we're also managing 70, 100 clients a lot. So, we each have separate roles in what we do that don't necessarily ever conflict and like overlap where there's an issue. And I like working with Josh because we can hold each other accountable. If there's a day where I'm off, not, on my A game, it's cool because I got your back. We're partners. Like, you go take a break for a minute, I got you, or vice versa. And it's easier, I feel like, getting up in the morning knowing we're on the same page. We know where we left off the night before with work. We know what we're waking up to do. We know what we got to get done. It might sound like it's a dream, but it's easy. And it's not always perfect. There's times where we'll cross hairs, or maybe take a walk down the street, or go to a coffee shop and separate.
You got to divide and conquer and identify each other's strengths and weaknesses and work effectively. And we work off of the same to-do list. It's a never-ending to-do list. That just things come off, things get added, but always could stay busy. But even just yesterday, Beth sat me down on Penn's Landing. She said, "Josh, you need to chill. Don't think about what needs to be done right now." She really put it to me, and this was just yesterday.
Sunday morning. I'm about to preach to you.
But I needed to hear it.
But see, that's what I mean.
Shout out to you, Beth, man. Shout out to you. Because that's why I know you and Cynthia get along so well, because that's exactly how she is. Like, oh my God, I can't do it any other way. Right. That's my best friend. So I got somebody to let me know if I'm not doing right, or remind me if I forget.
I think we learn from each other every day.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? When did it become like, yo, we can really make some money together?
Yeah, that's right. The sparks went off.
Yeah, right. How did the wolf meet the turkey?
Well, we met at our local bar, Patty's Pub. Shout out Patty's Pub. At the time, I was working down in Old City. I was still living in Tacony, going back and forth. And I would get done work, and I'd head over to next door to the bar, and Josh would be in there with his computer. This man always has his computer with him, always working. And I just saw this guy working on his computer, playing some music, and I was like, okay, that's interesting to me. I'm getting done working. He's still working. I don't know. Over time, we clicked. We were friends for a while before we dated, and
bought you around.
Bought me around. And then I really got to know who Josh was. So the Wolf of Broad Street. I was like, wow, I see that, because I know you right now as Josh Buchter, the guy I met in a bar, but there's a whole, you say the Wolf of Broad Street to someone, it's a big, oh my God, he's so modest. No, seriously, it's
an organization.
A decent guy. So even for me, I was like, okay, this is plus. These are all green flags right here. He's a hustler, and I admire the hustle within Josh. Later down the road, when that decision came, we were like, why don't we just work together? Like, I was always bouncing ideas off of him about real producers and Wolf of Broad Street, and then it just made sense, like, let's just do this together.
Let's get after it.
And it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Me too.
Jeez, man, that's so inspiring, man.
And we're working hard, so we don't have to always work hard. You know what I mean? That's the goal. If we have to do the 9 to 5 and then do the 5 to 9 and just continue to go hard and get ahead of the game and not be in the rat race or anything like that, then we're going to have to make some sacrifices and really hustle and be smart and keep going one foot in front of the other.
I think we're willing to do the hard things.
What would you say are some of your tips for, let's just say, someone like me, right?
I think being mindful of where you're spending your time and your energy, and just being able to prioritize things and not get sidetracked, and identify things that are going in the same direction as you are and shying away from or deading anything that's putting you sideways or backwards is super important. I would remember times where I would pick up the phone no matter who was calling me, no matter who the number was, and a lot of times I would take something onto my plate that I wasn't prepared to do, or have to do something that I was already in the middle of doing something and things like that. So I can never answer every call that comes into my phone, and can never really veer from my calendar and my to-do list, but everything gets done in time. But just being very mindful of the different types of projects, clients, collaborations, opportunities, just being very careful with that.
Yeah. I think it's also important, too, who you surround yourself with. I saw this quote actually today online. Nipsey Hussle said, if you don't look around your circle and get inspired, then you're not in a circle, you're in a cage. I think it's very important for people, especially in this business that we're in. Not everybody's your friend. Not everybody wants to see you succeed. There's way more snakes in that grass. You know? So I think it's really important to be around people that inspire you. Like Justin, being around you, I'm always inspired. Always.
I appreciate it. Listen, like, y'all see this mindset is everything. Like, sometimes this is how we are. You're not a lion, you're a kitty, but it's because of how you're looking at yourself, right? You know what I mean? We got to constantly evaluate, and it's almost like, and I feel like with Cynthia, she be telling me sometimes, you just got to have faith, and you got to believe it before, you have to have it in your mind at first.
Talk about it, right?
You got to talk to yourself as such, right? And it's okay, you're not getting that result because you're not looking at yourself as that. That's deep.
And it sounds corny, but always do the right thing. Just, you could consciously make bad decisions, or maybe subliminally make bad decisions. But if you think about the decisions you're making and you do the right thing, good things will come back.
That is very true. What you think about, you bring about.
That too.
How do you guys stay above water with like your mindset and confidence, and what are different things you guys tap into?
Beth's good at putting things into perspective sometimes. Sometimes I may tend to overthink things or overcomplicate or things like that, but being able to put things into perspective. It's not life or death. Like, you don't have any problems until you have a health problem. If you might have, like, that's, things could change. Like, you got your freedom, you got your health, you got your businesses, you got your network and your friends and your family. Like, just putting things into perspective and appreciating every little thing that we have now that we didn't have before. Right. It's important to have gratitude for sure.
Jeez, man. Yo, that is so true, bro. The community that you're building, what is that vibe? How can people get involved with you guys? Because you really want people to win. You know what I'm saying? And your network is the best in Philadelphia.
I just have a lot of respect for entrepreneurs and small business owners, because half of it is engineering a lifestyle that's yours. You're doing it your way. You're not necessarily punching a clock or looking forward to a week or two of vacation. There's so many benefits of being a W-2 employee, but entrepreneurs have elected to do things their way, get it their way. That's our network. That's our attendees of most of our events. We tend to vibe with those type of people very well.
And I think also, being an entrepreneur, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to have a mentor, to look up to people, to want to know more about how they got there. A lot of people have this mindset where they're too small. Oh, I don't want to reach out to them. I don't want to ask. The best thing you can do is reach out to someone. Just say, hey, can I hop on a call with you? Or, hey, can I ask you this question? Maybe they'll answer, maybe not. But as long as I think it's important to ask questions, and the relationships you make are very important too.
And that's why, like, especially in my whole career, I feel like my relationship, building that with you, was so key, because it's been like that for me since I got into it. It's who can I trust? Who can help me? Because you can't be like, you were the first one to tell me this. Don't be limited to just your brokerage for a real estate agent. So you got to be able to have these industry connections. Shout out to the Revamp Your Image. Shout out to all of the upcoming events. Shout out to all of the sponsors that make it happen. All of my media friends. And it's another good example of, if you're an up and coming media, you have your own company, you do video, like whatever it is, like connect with Josh, bro. Like it's been one of the best decisions I made ever for my business as far as who am I going to collaborate with, who is aligned, who's on the same vision, same. And a lot of like where I'm at today, it's like you had some type of influence in that. So I appreciate you, man, for that, bro.
I'd like to think that Wolf of Broad Street real estate events is more than just real estate too. We encourage all business people and creatives and artists and tech people, pharma people. It doesn't really matter. It's a mostly real estate industry crowd, but the bigger that we grow and the more of an experience we create, we got room for y'all.
And it really is about the networking too. The bigger these events get, the more we keep getting told, wow, I met 5 more people than I did the last event. That is exactly what
and they
we do
become
it
your
for.
promoters and affiliates.
And maybe our real estate friends pick up some clients that maybe maybe they're tired of talking to each other. They want to talk to a new crowd and doctors and lawyers and stuff like that. Why not?
So with that being said, go out and get some tickets to the revamp.
Woo!
March 21st, the Willow Grove Mall. Shout out Philly Photo Spot.
Yeah, shout out Brian Sanders Photography.
Shout out Brian Sanders Photography.
Revamp your images in collaboration.
And another one.
Yeah.
I seen Honest on there, my man Ed Rogers, man.
Yes.
You know, shout out to him.
Ed Rogers and Honest Real Estate and the team are our catering sponsors. So
Sheesh.
big thank you to Honest.
Thank you.
Man, dude. Yo, man, this was really fun. I'm glad we did this, man.
Always fun.
It was long overdue. A lot of people don't know because it's like we haven't been pushing it. We just been trying to do these type of things a little bit more now, just like really giving value, really helping people because they're coming to the events, they're meeting people, but now you're like giving them even more. This is how I did it. Here's what I did. And, you know, people need that, bro. People need that. Our first series, Visibility Plus Credibility on Personal Branding, I'm going to link that below as well, guys. Check that out
Good stuff there.
because
You did a really good job putting that together.
Good job,
And,
Justin.
you
That was
know,
great.
It's a legit online course, y'all, like step by step. Really easy to navigate and sharp. So appreciate you for putting that together. We're just getting warmed up on that stuff.
bro, look, we are. And that's why I'm excited for today because it's like, let's just start doing it. Like there's a purpose behind it. And the more that we do this, the more those type of situations are just going to draw people because people ultimately they go online for their interest, but most people's interest is to make money.
And we don't want to assume we know what y'all are interested in either. So please don't hesitate to drop comments, questions.
That's really good.
Whatever y'all want to hear our little 2 cents on, we'll get back at y'all and give it to you because we don't want to assume anything.
Man, look.
What do y'all want to know?
We're here for y'all. We do it for
Collaboration
y'all.
over competition. Let's go.
And that's what the real estate symposium was about was like I know you said a few things in the beginning, but like you built all your platforms off of like that model.
I don't do it for me. I do it for y'all.
Yes.
So let's shine together.
Man, we got the wolf and his queen in the house. You know, go check out their YouTube page. Check them out on Instagram. I can even share their page real quick. We're going to share the Revamp Your Image. Go check that out. It's a networking event. And just tell us a little bit about the event.
Yep. So March 21st, 2024, Willow Grove Mall, the Philly Photo Spot. It's a Thursday,
Yep,
March
from 6 to
21st,
9.
6 to 9 p.m. We're taking over an 8,000 square foot selfie museum called Philly Photo Spot in collaboration with Brian Sanders Photography. We have room for 150 guests. We're limited to 150, and the event will 100% sell out. So come get a headshot. 14 different backdrop art installations, all different types of crazy fun photos, including like this big money pit. I want to see people just scooping up all these bills, throwing them in the air.
You need some
reels,
content.
videos,
This is you want to come to this event, you get lots of content.
360 photo booth. Just probably a couple thousand pieces of content are going to come out of this event, and we're going to change a lot of people's image on social media, and everybody will get a free headshot and full open bar buffet, all types of fun stuff, free parking.
How we do it, we're
Yeah,
gonna have
you
a
know,
surprise.
We ain't gonna tell it all. Yeah,
Folks, they just keep getting better and better.
tickets available on Eventbrite.
And if anyone's listening to this and is interested in sponsoring or would like information on how to sponsor, please reach out to Josh or your Josh and
She best. Let's get this money. She's the closer. Listen, she's fierce.
You gotta ask for it. You gotta ask for it. You know,
Yo,
it's not just gonna come.
gotta
Yeah.
ask.
We got a few sponsor spots available, but it's limited. Talk to us.
listen, y'all, go check that out. Make sure you're following the Wolf of Broad Street. We're also gonna pull up Beth's account so people can make sure they're following you as well.
Justin,
Because
Chris.
we want everybody tapped in and knowing like where to go, because there's people out there that they ain't gonna respond. You guys actually will respond. Shout out to Beth. She makes it happen, Captain.
That's right.
Beth is my good friend. Go give her a follow. You bring so much to the table, and you really provide that personal touch. I think for anybody that's working with their significant other, it's, you know, that's like what I hear in common is like that extra care. Like I really care when I'm like, I care, I just forgot, right? It's like, it's not that I don't care, I just forgot, right? Like she doesn't forget because it's personal, right? It's a Brian always says that too. A woman's touch is the
He's not
best.
wrong.
Yo, that's my man. Shout out to Brian Sanders Photography as well. Go check them out. A lot of great things going on. We got the Wolf of Broad Street. Thank you for gracing this stew.
Thank you.
A lot of great things on the rise. Just Bless Media and Wolf of Broad Street. I just always appreciate giving me the opportunity to be able to provide content and meet people, and everything just keeps evolving from there, right? The relationships, the content, the collaborations.
Thank you for giving us the platform to do it.
Yes.
You know, shout out to you for putting this all together and really adding value to your followers in a really direct way, which is awesome.
I'm just glad you guys want to do it, because I've always had that heart to just share my story. There's not a lot of people that's in your guys' position that is really sharing their story genuinely because they want to help. Everybody always wants to make money, and that should be the goal, right? But like, you can't get anything from them. And it's, you know, you guys provide a place where people can learn and grow together. It's
The
a
money
community.
comes. The money comes. I mean,
Money
it's
will
like
follow.
nobody likes to be sold. People like to buy, but they don't like to be sold. So you build it, you know, package it up.
And this is just who we are,
Yeah,
so
just-
it'll never change us. We'll never change.
Yeah.
Man. I really appreciate y'all, man. Listen, it's our season number 4. You guys are kicking it off. We got to do this again with Cynthia. Me and her been doing our own content as well, because like when you do have that person that it's like we're together in a relationship. So it's like, I got to be nice to you. It's like when you work with people, it's like you could be like whatever,
You think
right?
you're somebody, and then you start working with them.
Exactly.
I mean, that's how you really, we just continuing to learn about each other. Like you
Every day.
after 4 years, you think you know everything, but you don't. You know, no matter how, you could be 40 years, you're still going to learn about each other. So
Don't ever stop.
This was good, guys. This is going to be some great content, and even more of what I'm trying to bring to the table with, it's just the more content, the better. And like the one thing that you guys are saying about like social media is it's that authentic, that realness, right? So we should always put ourselves in a position where we can have more content, right? And more conversations in the short forms. Like, I think that's like the future. I think a lot of people are interested in long form conversations. So even with what you guys see here, like this is at our secret location. I ain't giving nobody my address because they be like, yo, bro, you want to podcast me today? I'm like, no, bro, I'm not. Yeah. So, but yeah, we moving and we jiving, and that's something I want to help business owners with, is either having the conversation to talk about it, or if they're trying to start their own thing or whatever, you know. So that's a little bit about what I'm doing, but I appreciate you guys coming and collaborating and supporting. We can have some cool conversations and then clip this up and see what it does, how we can use it, and just continue to learn and grow and network. And your network is your net worth.
Yes. Thank you for having us, Justin.
But thanks for coming out, y'all. You guys, we'll see you on the next one.
peace, y'all.
Peace out.